What's going on, guys? It's Carson, and the story I'm going to be bringing to you guys today is when my math teacher thought that I was trying to kill myself by sniffing whiteout. And, yeah, this happened 2 days ago on Friday. I was in class, and then my friend saw... No, sorry. My friend had this whiteout, like the wet whiteout where you, have, a brush and you just paint it on. My friend had some whiteout, and I wanted to use it, so I used it, and then I took the cap off, and I smelt it, and it smelled like so. Hopefully, somebody thinks the same way, but so I think gasoline smells really good, and so I took the cap off the whiteout, and it smelled exactly like. It had the same type of smell as gasoline, and I smelled it, and it was really good. So I put it up to my nose, and I sniffed it, and I was like, "Oh, that smells good." And my teacher, I'm not gonna say her name. I'm just gonna pause this really quickly and then go look up some name, I guess. Okay, so I looked up teacher names on Google, and it gave me Mrs. Stretchberry. So that's what I'm gonna be calling my math teacher in this story.
No, do Mrs. Dunskin.
All right, fine. Yeah, we'll do Mrs. Dunskin.
That's Stretchberry.
I thought Stretchberry was pretty funny, but that's my brother. Anyways, say hi.
Oh, hi.
Okay. I don't know if you guys heard that, but that's my brother. And now Mrs. Dunskin was she was pretty mad at me because I sniffed whiteout. She came over. She was like, "What did you just do?" And I was like, "I sniffed whiteout. I noticed it smelled really good. I didn't think anything was wrong with that." And she was like, "You can't be doing that. You're trying to hurt yourself on my property. This is not okay. I'm emailing your parents right this moment." And I was like, "Okay, email my parents, see what they say. There's nothing wrong with this. I know it's bad for you, but still, there's nothing wrong with this. I sniffed it one time." She's like, "I don't really care. You're my responsibility," which she is my responsibility. But she was like, "I don't really care. You're my responsibility, and you cannot be doing that in my classroom." And she, there's a guest teacher in a classroom that's also a teacher that I have in another class, and her name's, I'm just going to Google another teacher name. Okay, so the teacher name thing kind of let me down. It gave me Miss Loretta, which is kind of a weird name. No offense to anybody out there named Loretta, but that's just not really fitting for this story. But I'm just gonna call her Loretta anyways because I think it's funny that I'm calling this particular teacher Loretta. And so my other teacher, Mrs. Dunskin, she walked over to Mrs. Loretta. This feels so weird. She walked over to Miss Loretta, and she was like, "This kid, Carson over here, you know what he's doing? He's sniffing water. He's trying to kill himself in my classroom." This is exactly what she said. She used those exact same words. She was like, "He's trying to kill himself in my classroom on school property." And then the teacher, Miss Loretta, she came over to me and was like, "Carson, is this true?" And I'm like, "Yes, Miss Loretta. I just noticed it smelled good, so I sniffed it." And she was like, "Yeah, well, we're gonna have to email your parents about this. This is very serious for your life." Okay. I have something in my mouth. I was eating earlier. Hold on. But anyways, she was like, This is a life-threatening situation right now. Are you suicidal?" She literally said, "Are you suicidal, Carson? You need to, what the heck? I'm not suicidal. I'm a pretty happy person in general." And she asked me if I was suicidal. I thought it was so, what? I'm not, okay. And I answered, I was like, "No, I'm not suicidal. I just noticed it smelled good." And I was getting pretty mad at this point. And this teacher, Miss Dunskin, she, a very serious teacher. She has a really scary smile. I'll put a video up on screen of me doing the smile that she does. It's pretty weird. It's really weird. Okay, that's exactly what it looked like. It's really creepy. Minus the black background, just the black and white background. It was really creepy. Look at those teeth. Oh my god, it scares you so much, and she just does that on a regular basis, and it's really creepy. And I was pretty mad, so I went out. I asked the teacher, I was like, "Can I get some water? I need to cool off for a second because you guys are being really stupid." And so she let me go get water. I just walked over to get water, and I saw my other teacher. I really don't want to Google another teacher name. It's just gonna come up with some old lady name like Mary or something. Okay, but I'm just gonna call her Mrs. Blake. Give me something.
Mrs. Grayfield.
Okay, Mrs. Grayfield. We're naming her Mrs. Grayfield. I walked over and I saw Miss Grayfield while I was coming back from the drinking fountain. And don't ever drink from a drinking fountain. It's disgusting. And I was coming back from the drinking fountain and I saw Mrs. Grayfield. Was that it? Okay, yeah, I saw Mrs. Grayfield, and she was like, "Oh, hey, Carson, how's your day going?" I was like, "It's been pretty horrible because I smelled whiteout in my math class. And now they're calling my parents for it." She's like, "What? That's kind of weird. Why would they do that?" I'm just like, "I don't know. It's weird." And she's like, "All right, well, just don't sniff whiteout anymore." Like, Mrs. Grayfield, she's a really cool teacher. Like, Miss Grayfield, if you're watching this, you know who you are. You're a really good teacher, like really good. Okay, but anyways, that's the story of how. Well, actually, no, scratch that. My parents never actually got an email. It just, I guess you just said that. Okay, I know what happened now because she said that she would email my parents on Parent Square, if that's a thing. I don't know what that is, but my parents obviously don't use Parent Square, so they obviously didn't get the email. She's probably gonna be like all confused on why they didn't get the email. But anyways, that's the story of how my teachers thought I was trying to kill myself by sniffing whiteout. And anyways, guys, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and peace.